If you're buying your own malpractice insurance, you know how important it is to find a quality insurance policy without breaking the bank. And of course, the best way to do that is to shop around. But how many carriers should you get quotes from to ensure that you've got a good handle on the market? And does it matter what kind of carriers they are? Well, in today's episode, we're going to unpack this topic and give you tips on how to shop like a pro so that you can feel confident that you have the best malpractice coverage at the best price. Stay tuned. Welcome to Malpractice Insights, the show dedicated to helping healthcare professionals understand medical malpractice insurance and providing you with the solutions you need so that you can get back to the work of practicing good medicine. My name is Jennifer Wiggins, CEO of Aegis Malpractice Solutions, and I'm so glad you've joined us today. All right, let's jump in. First, let's talk about the different types of malpractice insurance carriers in the market. There are 5 main types of malpractice companies: national, regional, local, risk retention groups and other self-insured programs, and non-standard or E&S carriers. Let's take a look at each of these categories in a bit more detail. First, we have national insurance carriers. These are the companies that do business in all 50 states. They are the largest carriers in the market, and they offer very flexible policy types, excellent risk management, and they also give doctors the ability to practice anywhere they want under one insurance policy. Regional malpractice carriers cover a large territory or a set of states, but they don't cover the entire country. They are experienced in their region, and they have likely been doing business there for a very long time. And just like the national carriers, regional carriers also offer great policy options, flexible coverage within their approved states, and they have good risk management and educational resources. Local malpractice insurance carriers typically only cover one state. Many of these companies were founded by the state medical association, and they pride themselves on being experts and having relationships and influence with local healthcare and political leaders. Coverage options with local carriers are still very good, and they have a loyal customer base. Local carriers might be able to offer some coverage for work that's done in bordering states, but for the most part, they can only provide insurance in their primary state of business. Next, we have risk retention groups and other self-insured programs. These non-traditional insurance carriers are programs owned by the insureds. Members of RRGs and similar programs pool their resources to provide their own insurance. Essentially, instead of paying premiums to a carrier in the open market, they've decided to put their money together to pay for claims, hire defense attorneys, and manage their insurance coverage. These carriers are not subject to regulations imposed by the Department of Insurance, so they are able to underwrite more freely. But they are also a bit more risky than a traditional insurance program. And finally, we have non-standard or E&S carriers. E&S or excess and surplus lines carriers are companies that insure non-traditional risk. Often these are the carriers that will cover hard-to-insure business, such as doctors doing very high-risk procedures, providers who have had a lot of claims or drug or alcohol issues, medical license problems, or any number of other factors that would make an applicant less appealing to a standard carrier. Okay, so now that we know a bit about the 5 types of malpractice carriers, let's move on to how to determine which type of carrier you should be looking at. The most important thing that drives your selection of the right insurance carrier is the type of work that you'll be doing. If you're going to be doing telemedicine or virtual care work, where will your patients be located? If you're only treating patients in your home state, then your options are a bit more open. If you're going to be seeing patients in many states, then your options will be limited to either a national or possibly a regional insurance carrier. If you're going to open a cash-based private practice in your hometown, then you can look at national, regional, local, or even risk retention groups as a possibility. And if you've had an unfortunate claim event that is making it difficult for you to find malpractice insurance, then you may need to look at a non-standard or E&S carrier for your quotes. The best way for you to determine what kind of carrier to look at is to work with a knowledgeable malpractice insurance agent that has access to all of the different types of carriers. This way, they can guide you and bring you the options for the ones that will be the best fit for your specific situation. So, how many carriers should you be looking at? Well, we recommend that you get at least 3, ideally 4 or 5, quotes from various carriers in the market to make sure that you have a good representation of what's available. And while it doesn't make sense for you to go to every single company, an agent can guide you towards the markets that are going to be most suitable for you, given your unique practice scenario. And as we've talked about before, when you're comparing policy options between carriers, you'll want to look at a number of criteria in order to pick the best one. Here are some of the things you'll want to know. Number 1, what's the premium, both now and in the future? Number 2, what policy types do they offer? Number 3, what states do they write in? Number 4, how long have they been in business and what is their financial rating? Number 5, what is their trial win rate, claim experience, and what defense firms do they use? Number 6, do they offer consent to settle? And number 7, what kind of risk management and other value-added services do they offer? All of these factors can make a big difference when you're deciding which malpractice insurance carrier is best. So it's worth the time to review each option thoughtfully and look at the quality of the carrier and their capabilities in addition to their rates for coverage. If you have any questions on this topic or you want to make sure that you're covered appropriately, click the link in the description box below where you can connect with us via phone, email, or chat today. And if you're listening, please visit us online at aegismalpractice.com. That's AEGIS malpractice.com. And of course, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to give us a like and a follow. And I'd really love your feedback if you could please leave me a review. Your support does help us to reach more people, and we're so grateful for your clicks and for your kind words. This is Jennifer Wiggins. Thanks for joining us.